Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday morning guided writing session. My name is Vidhu Sharma. I think this is my third live with you all now. Today we're going to do something slightly different. We're gonna be writing letters. So it kind of was inspired by a conversation I had with my good friend this week, who said, you know, these last few months have been really tough for me and I feel like I've had no release. She said, I'd love to be able to journal. I'd love to know how to journal. And it got me thinking that we do these sessions and we try and base them around activities, but maybe it might be a nice way for us to reflect if we practice writing for ourselves or for people in our lives. So we're going to be doing a few exercises around letter writing, not in a conventional way. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. But before we get into all of that, let's see who's joined the live. We've got Pratima. Hello, good morning. We were supposed to be on YouTube this morning, but YouTube had its own kind of rules. You need like 24 hours to activate the live or something. I don't know. My brain doesn't work that way. So we've resorted back to Facebook. Hopefully it's simple enough for everyone to join. Right, who's on the live with us this morning then? Comment good morning. Let me know what you're sipping on. I've got lemon water this morning, not my standard chai. It's just too hot. Too hot for chai this morning. Say that. Right. Hope the music isn't too loud. And I'll turn the WhatsApp web off because everyone's just popping off. Right. Good morning, Priyanka. How are you doing this morning? What are you drinking? Cool. Shall we get into it then? Good morning, Shiv. Why are you saying Vidhu like that? Please explain. I'm getting worried. Also, I hope you're impressed. I wrote this backwards. So it looked like it was the right way around for you guys. That's probably why it looks so messy. Good morning, Ella. Good morning, Vib. It definitely is. I've been melting these last 2 days. So Nimbukani it is. Right, let's get into it then. We've got quite a few of us on the live. We've got some nice music in the background. Oh, excited to see my face. Great. Definitely not the right way. Oh my god. Margot, is this the wrong way around? That's hilarious. I swear, on YouTube it looked like it was... Anyway, it looked like... Okay, whatever. Cool. Right, we're going to get started. Has everyone got their pen and pad ready to attack this morning? As I mentioned right at the beginning, for those of you that have just joined, won't have heard it, but we're going to be writing a letter to start this morning. See this as quite a therapeutic exercise. You can write a letter to anyone, dead or alive, from your past, your present, someone you hope to meet in the future. I just want you to start by writing dear and then blank. And then I want you to just fill in a name. I want you to just fill in a name in the blank. It can be anyone. As I mentioned, dead or alive, past, present, future. It could even be yourself. And what we're going to do is we're going to write the first line, I've been meaning to tell you. So I want you to just scribble that down. I've been meaning to tell you. And what we're going to do with this activity is I'm going to give you 1 minute to write whatever comes to your mind. And then what I'm going to do is every minute or so I'm going to come in with a word, and you need to find a way of incorporating that word into your writing. So, dear blank, I've been meaning to tell you, ... Right, I'm going to give you 1 minute. And let's see where we go. Good morning, Minaj. This activity was inspired by you because earlier this week you said that you wanted to journal. So we're starting with writing dear blank on our sheet of paper, and we're writing I've been meaning to tell you ... Just keep writing for 1 minute, and then I'm going to come in with a word, and you need to try and incorporate that word into your writing. So I'm going to shush now because I know how annoying it is to hear people talking when you're trying to write. So, dear blank, I've been meaning to tell you ... Right, the first word I'd like you to incorporate in your writing is cage. C-A-G-E, cage. You can use it in whichever way. You can get creative and try and turn it into a metaphor. You can use it literally. But whoever you're writing your letter to, just try and incorporate the word cage into this point of the letter. Right, the second word I'd like you to incorporate into your letter is blue. B-L-U-E, the colour blue. Right, the third word I'd like you to incorporate into your writing is ordinary. So for anyone who's just joined, we're writing a letter. So we started with writing dear at the top of our page, and then we've written I've been meaning to tell you, and I gave you 1 minute to write on that. And every minute or so I've been giving you a new word to incorporate. So the first 3 words are cage, blue, and ordinary. Right, 4th word I'd like you to incorporate is hat, H-A-T. The 4th word was hat, H-A-T. The 5th word I'd like you to incorporate into your letter is envelope or envelope. Or envelope. Ooh. Don't feel inclined to edit your work. This is all about just writing. It's called free writing. You just let your stream of consciousness flow. The sixth word I'd like you to incorporate into your letter is mine, M-I-N-E. seventh word I'd like you to incorporate into your letters is forgive. Forgive. My friend's messaging me right now to say, why are you doing this? It's a good release. The eighth word I'd like you to incorporate, which might take it out of the more emotional sides, is cotton. Cotton. Right, before I get into the final two words, I noticed there's 2 or 3 people that have just joined. Just wanted to recap. We're writing a letter to anyone, ourselves, people from our past, our present, people we hope to meet in the future, ourselves, future selves, anyone. Pick someone, dead or alive. And you're going to start by writing dear, blank, and then you start the first line with, I've been meaning to tell you, ... And then every minute or so I've been coming in with a word to incorporate into your writing. So I'm just going to go over the 8 words that we've had so far. You've had cage. Oh, let me cover the last 2. Okay, that's not going to work. Cage, blue, ordinary, hat, envelope, mine, forgive, and cotton. I want to come in with the final 2 words. Penultimate word of your letter is responsibility. Responsibility. You've got 1 minute to write. Incorporate the word responsibility into your writing before I give you the final word of this activity. And the final word of this activity is I'm alive. I'm alive. No. And the final word of this activity is synergy. So Sanj, just tuned in. We're writing a letter. Although I think you won't miss this activity now. We've only got a minute left. But maybe just pick someone that you would like to write a letter to and start with, I've been meaning to tell you. See where that takes you. For those of you that have just finished a little bit early or just kind of stopped writing, put your pens down. Let me know in the comments how that felt. This can be quite a personal exercise. The last word was synergy. I've left it in the comments section. Let me know how this felt. Was it a difficult exercise? What I love about this activity is it completely forces you to confront the way that you're feeling, but not in a way that requires you to steer the direction of your thoughts, because you're there, the page is in front of you, the feelings are inside of you. The words sort of trigger memories or just a direction to take your writing in, and you have no control over it, because you have no control over what memory that word will inspire. So hopefully you guys found it as therapeutic as I did the first time I did this activity. If you've written anything that you'd like to share, please do. What I love about these Sunday morning sessions is how the same people seem to come back, and we sort of created this really sacred space, haven't we? Every Sunday at 10 a.m. we come here and we share our innermost feelings with one another, and I feel like we've built up enough trust. Obviously, if it's a bit too personal, then don't worry. But for those of you that have got a good line that you'd like to share from something that you've written in the last 20 minutes, just please leave it in the comments section, or just leave how this activity made you feel. Wow, that took up a little bit longer than I thought it would, but hopefully you guys felt the benefit of it. I would still like to get through 2 other activities if I can. This next one I think is a very welcome activity after the last one. And we're going to write a sort of list poem. These next 2 activities have been inspired by Rupi Kaur, actually. Everyone has their opinion on Rupi Kaur. I think there's a time and place for the type of poetry that she creates, and that time is now. So we're going to write a list poem. And all it requires you to do, you don't have to rhyme, you don't have to come up with the best metaphors or the most descriptive, creative ways of saying things. I just want you to write a list of things that I'm good at. Just want you to write 10 things on your page. So let's start by writing 1 to 10, going down our page. And I want you to just write at the top of that page, you know what? I'm going to change it. Sorry, guys. A list of things I have to give. I think that takes the onus off of us being good at it. It's a little bit more altruistic, isn't it? A list of things I have to give. 1 to 10. Right, now I want everyone to at least comment one thing in the comment section that they write in this next 4 or 5 minutes that I'm going to give you to write this list. It could be material objects that you have in your possession that you have to give. It could be a skill that you have to share with the world. It could be an idea. It could be a message, a moral. It could be your family. Well, how do you give your family? A list of things that you have to give. I'm going to give you 4 minutes to free write. And let's see how far we go. Wow, we got deep unnecessarily very quickly. The first one was truth in every word. Did you guys go quite deep with the first one too? Right then, considering we've still got 3 minutes left, that's a great list. Why don't you try and elaborate on each one? Why don't you write a sentence for each? Tell me about that smile. Well, I've written another one. I am the best stranger to meet on a park bench. So I've written good conversation on a park bench. I'm not that great everywhere else, but if you meet me on a park bench, I've just had some of the most liberating conversations with strangers. Dig deep. Got about 1 minute left. Share some of your answers in the comment section. Right, let's share a few of them. I'll share first, and then we'll read out a few of yours. A list of things I have to give. My truth in every word. Good conversation on a park bench. Energy. Bronte on a Sunday morning. Complete submission if you show you can lead. Silence when it's required. Conversation. 1 second. Alright, let's read yours out there. So lots of you have written smiles, warmth, life experience and lessons to share so others may learn from my mistakes and misfortunes. Hospitality when you have nowhere else to go. Gift of true friendship in a world of virtual and ephemeral. Oh my god, what's that word? Authenticity and truth against a tapestry of lies. Meditation allows me to spread love across the universe, to aid others, to connect with the metaphysical and get the answers they require through intuition. Nice. You guys are thinking really better. There's me talking about conversations and Bronte. Sometimes though, it helps to think micro. So much can be said in the micro. I'm not going to use my age-old example of why micro stories are effective. Maybe after this live, you can think about some of those smaller details, some of those really pinpointed experiences and physical things that you have to give. Right, are we ready to move on to the next activity? Right, we've only got a few minutes left. We might go over by about 4 or 5 minutes if that's okay with everyone. But we're going to write a sonnet. Now this activity has also been inspired by Rupi Kaur. I really enjoyed this one because it completely took me out of, after some very heavy and emotional exercises, it took me completely out of my own head. And it allowed me to personify an inanimate object. So that's a lot of long words, I'll explain. So a sonnet is a 14-line poem. And usually it's split between presenting a problem and then the last few lines providing a solution. But we're not going to quite write it that same way today. I'm going to guide you through it. So it's a 14-line poem. And I'm going to give you questions for every line. So all you have to write is one sentence in response to that question, so an answer. So I want you to pick an inanimate object. So anything that's lying around your room, like a pen or glass or a photo frame or whiteboard. Firstly, just comment your inanimate object in the comment section so that you've committed to it. I'm going to pick a blunt pencil. Made that really hard for myself. You don't have to use a descriptive word before it. You can just go with the... It's probably better if you don't use a descriptive word before it, actually. You just go with pencil, if you're going to go with pencil. Has everyone managed to pick something? You can pick a lamp, a box of tissues. Ooh, a box of tissues is a good one. A shredder's a good one, Priyanka. Crystal. Crystal, you just got crystals lying around, Ben. Please explain. A telephone, I love that. That's going to be really interesting for this activity. Cool. All right. So I'm confident you guys have picked good. A fruit basket, okay, loving it. Nice and out of the box. Right, so I'm going to read out 14 questions. I'm going to give you half a minute between to, well, less than that, to write your sentence, to write your answer to the question. But I want you to think a little bit outside the box. So you're going to personify your object. You're going to be writing from the perspective of your object, okay? So your first question is, your first line of your poem is in response to this question. What are you? You can go as descriptive or literal or metaphorical as you like. What are you? So, I am a proud pencil. Number 2, how are you feeling right now? So you're writing from the perspective of the object that you've chosen. First line is in response to what are you? And the second line is in response to how are you feeling right now? Your third line is in response to where would you rather be? Where would you rather be right now? So we're just writing a sentence each, one line each. If you continue, then fair enough, there's no rules here. But it might be a nice way of practicing being concise, to just try and stick to one sentence. How can you cram as much as you want to get into one sentence? Your fourth line is, what relationships do you have? Do share your answers in the comment section if you'd like as you go. I'm hoping by the end of these few minutes you'll have a really fun, self-aware sonnet. Number 5, what do you dream of doing? What do you dream of doing? Number 6, what worries you? You're writing a line in response to the question, you're not writing the question. What worries you? I just got a message from my friend to say, I can't do this one. I don't know what object I am. Sorry, it made me laugh. Alright, the 7th question is, what would you like others to think of you? Some of you might grow such empathy for these inanimate objects, you'll be able to look at them the same way again. Right, just to recap, as we're at the halfway point of this little sonnet writing activity, we've picked an inanimate object, like a pencil or a water bottle or a telephone, and we're writing responses to 14 questions. We've gone through 7 so far. So the first one was, what are you? Second one, how are you feeling right now? Third one, where would you rather be? What relationships do you have? What do you dream of doing? What worries you? What would you like others to think of you? The 8th line, what keeps you up at night? What keeps you awake at night? Number 9, what is the best thing you've ever done? So if you were a pen or a musical instrument, you can say that you've composed the greatest song of all times. And then number 10, what is the worst thing you've ever done? Have you broken hearts with as a pen, writing the first activity of this life? Writing letters. So number 9 was, what is the best thing you've ever done? And number 10 at the same time, what is the worst thing you've ever done? You may find that those 2 sentences are exactly the same. For those of you that can't think of an object and you're just staring at the screen right now, why don't you try doing this activity from your own perspective, as yourself. Number 11, what makes you feel guilty? What makes you feel guilty? Number 12, what is your favorite time of the day? Number 13, what is the point of your life? Number 14, how would you like to be remembered? So has anyone got a 14-line poem that they'd like to share? It'd be great to read some of, especially the telephone. I'm keen to hear that one. If you don't mind sharing. I'm just going to run through the questions one more time for those of you that may have missed one. And for those of you that are messaging to say that that's the press is written backwards on the board, you should be paying attention to this activity, okay? Oh wow, Tushaji, I am more than this object. Wow. Getting really existential up in here. Okay, I'm going to run through the questions for those of you that may have missed one along the way. Pick an inanimate object and personify it, so write from its perspective. Number 1, what are you? Number 2, how are you feeling right now? I'm reading these out so that those of you that are finished have time to type at least your best line out so we can read them and have a good giggle, or have an existential crisis. What are you? How are you feeling right now? Where would you rather be? What relationships do you have? What do you dream of doing? What worries you? How would you like others to think of you? What keeps you awake at night? What is the best thing you've ever done? What is the worst thing you've ever done? What makes you feel guilty? What is your favourite time of the day? And the last 2, what is the point of your life? And how would you like to be remembered? The last one. How would you like to be remembered? So Pratima's written on the telephone, I am a messenger, feeling quiet and sleepy. I would like to get charged up right now. So many people to play with later today. Dreaming of being discharged. Worried I might be rejected and swapped for the smartphone. Oh gosh, is the telephone aware that there's something better than it out there? Wish others, especially nuisance callers, would stop connecting with me. Chatter, chatter, chatter keeps me up at midnight. Calling 999 was a great achievement of my life. Nice. When my batteries died, I felt terrible. Feel guilty running up bills. My favourite time is night time. Helping is the point of my existence. I hope people remember me for the connections I created. Oh, nice. Vin wrote on crystals. A rough and smooth, transparent stone with rainbows within. I feel energized and ready to help heal. In the sun and rain to charge up. My relationship is with all, shining my light constantly. Nothing worries me as I am born from the rough and tumble of the creation. You see how it sounds like a poem? A beautiful healing rainbow in your pocket. The moon keeps me up all night and the Lord's subconscious. Helped Vin with healing sessions, disappeared for a while. I won't be present forever, the night time, to help guide through smiles and frowns. I'd like to be remembered as the master healer. Lovely. Really nice. So I hope this has been as lovely for you to participate in as it has been for me to facilitate. We went through 3 activities today. So we started with a letter writing activity. Got quite personal quite early. Then we moved on to reflecting on the things that we have to give to the world. For those of you that just wrote one word for each, try and elaborate on those one words and try and pinpoint something really in particular. So rather than just a smile, think about the kind of smile that you give, what that does for people, or a time when you gave a smile and it helped someone. And the third activity that we did was a sonnet writing activity. And as much as it seemed like just a fun activity where you're writing about something inanimate, by walking in that inanimate object's shoes, by personifying it, you are empathizing, you are sharing awareness of something that isn't you. And I think that's quite deep. I think that can be quite powerful. Right, thank you for joining me this morning. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments section. Just a couple of exciting things happening for Tattva at the moment. Last week, the Beyond the Bindi platform hosted a conversation on Raksha Bandhan, which was debunking some of the myths that we've heard over the years, and also just reflecting on some of our personal stories to do with Raksha Bandhan. Vibhuti and I, Vibhuti is the editor-in-chief of Beyond the Bindi, we just had a really candid chat about our brothers, about our parents, and about some myths that we've heard over the years that we wanted to address. So do check that out on Instagram at the Beyond the Bindi page. The press hosted a really exciting conversation yesterday called Decolonizing Yoga, Finding the Balance, with our resident yogi, Tejal Kankania. And that was led by one of our 6 interns who were working with us over the summer to really get some of our projects up and on the road. And we were working, really closely with them. And they're working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So they're really getting a lot done. And you're hopefully going to see the benefit of that over the next coming weeks as we have loads more writing sessions and video casts and blogs and all sorts happening. So stay tuned for that. And clips and snippets from the live yesterday on Decolonizing Yoga will be coming out later today and tomorrow. So do engage with that. Do keep the conversation going in the comment section. And final exciting announcement, although it didn't happen today, we have converted all of our video footage onto YouTube. So we've launched our brand new YouTube channel. Do search it. You can type in Tattva Press in YouTube, and all of our live guided writing sessions, all of our video casts, all of our book launches, they're all live on YouTube now. So yeah, do scroll through them, give them a like, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. It really helps us to do more like this. And yeah, so loads of exciting things happening. See you back here next Sunday, 10 a.m. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a really great start to the day. Thank you.